Thank you, James J. And thank you, Jesse Sensabar, for making this Northern Arizona Book Festival happen. And I want to thank our primary sponsors, the Flagstaff Art Council and the Arizona Commission on the Arts, and the kind contributions of Northern Arizona University and Flagstaff Business Bureau Tax. Stacey's gonna help me. And you know, we've had such great support from the business community, from the tourist home to Criollo to the Annex. It's just been a great experience to say, you know what, we care about the literary arts in Flagstaff and in Arizona. And we have people coming up from University of Arizona and from the Arizona State University, Virginia Piper Center. And it's amazing to see you guys here. Look at all of you. This is amazing. Give yourself a hand for just coming out on a Thursday night. I'm so grateful to you. All right, and I also, that seems a horrible place to keep my water that I will require. I want to say that this piece is dedicated to my dear colleagues, Erin Stalkup, who will be reading in just a moment, and to Justin Vigos, who published this piece 2 years ago in their magazine, Waxwing. Waxwing is an online literary journal who publishes people from across the United States, across the world. They had a poem go viral this year, 40,000 hits, 100,000 hits. The Guardian, my favorite newspaper from the United Kingdom, picked up the story, and I mean, it's amazing the reach that Flagstaff writers are having these days, and I'm just, again, grateful for you to be here. So this is a piece called Sustainability, a Love Story, from a forthcoming book called Sustainability, a Love Story, and again, Erin and Justin were kind enough to publish this a couple years ago, and I shall be brief, I hope. Wait, but then glass is too far away. All right. Sustainability, a love story. Sustainability is easy enough to define. Keeping going what is already going seems like a good idea. Is good. It denotes being, aliveness, fact. Tucked inside the word are other good words: sustenance, maintain, able, something we are doing and can keep doing. Present tense, simple, we sustain, we are sustaining. We will keep life as we've come to know it, keep on keeping on. The word sustainable attaches to environmentalism, but sustainable is a reasonable, not preachy kind of environmentalism. We resist the word environmentalism. It suggests not is, but no. Stop driving. Stop heating this house. Stop powering this computer with ill-gotten electricity. If humans are bad at one thing fundamentally, it is stopping. Animals animate. Going is something humans do well. When I think of sustainability, I think of the possibility of cars, high gas mileage, electric powered, even solar powered. But the solar powered cars, an almost no. It only seats one. It goes slow. It's hard to drive on rainy days. I don't want no. I want forward. I want fast. Sustainability has a ring of lifestyle to which we become accustomed about it. Let's sustain what we have now. No one wants to make that many changes. And to truly sustain the planet, not our lifestyles, we would have to give up a great deal of our lifestyle, which we have been trying so hard, this industrial revolution, to sustain. I see my neighbor vacuuming his garden rocks. The clerk at Fry's wraps one item per plastic bag. I sit here, 2 computers whirring, fridge humming, dishwasher running, washing machine spinning. I'm eating an orange trucked in from California. What does sustainability really look like? Washing my clothes and dishes by hand? Or is it more extreme? Does it look like washing my clothes and dishes with sand? Despite the fact that I read all of Michael Pollan's The Omnivore's Dilemma, I still buy red meat from Safeway. I try not to think about the cows I've met and their bland, sorrowful eyes. I try not to think about styrofoam, about plastic wrap. Sustainable to humans most likely means I can still have my internet and eat bacon. I can take a plane to visit my sister in Baltimore. I can take my RV, hitch my ATVs to the back, tow an SUV behind that, just in case. I can go anywhere I want to, as far as I want to, with all the gas I want to use. I can drive to the grocery store, forget my wallet, drive back home, pick up my wallet, go back to the store, realize I forgot my canvas shopping bag, shrug my shoulders when the checker asks paper or plastic. Sure, I make certain to store my plastic bag in a plastic bag keeper until the plastic bag keeper explodes plastic bags all over my kitchen floor, and I get mad and scoop them all up and throw them away. What's sustainable to the human is not the same as what is sustainable to the otter. The otter prefers a cool planet. He visits his sister in the stream adjacent, not Baltimore. His black, oily legs power him over to her den. Inside, she offers him crawdads. It's a good thing otters like their crawdads raw. It is hard to get a good boil going when it's 20 degrees outside. The water temperature, though, to the otter is just fine. What is sustainable to the otter is not the same as what is sustainable to the crawdad. The crawdad likes her water warm. Not so warm as to boil her, just warm enough that she can use the power of her plastic claws to fight her way against the otter, warm enough to lubricate her eyes to kick herself a good hiding hole. A hole finds the whole world unsustainable. A hole is very zen. It believes where one hole is filled, another will be dug. It has friends in crawdads, gophers, golf course designers, earthquake faults, geysers, meteors. What is unsustainable to the rest of us will be intoxicating to the whole. I recycle glass from my wine and beer bottles, but then some people don't drink. Those people are probably the most sustainable of all. They'll live forever, healthy and righteous. While holes are seemingly always sustainable, wind may well not be. Wind farms at some point may functionally stop the wind. Turbines absorb the wind, turn the wind into electricity. The flapping you hear against your house at night is not a breeze. It's the sound of pollen hanging desperately off the trees, crying, "We want to go there." Where? Anywhere. Power lines have been routed away from trees. Without pollen or without wind, nobody is going anywhere. What is sustainable to me is probably not sustainable to you. I won't let my kids eat a Lunchable, but those parents who do ensure their children, or at least their lunches, are preserved forever with BHT. The memory of their youth lingers on in the divided sections of plastic disposable trays. My neighbors, 3 kids, then 2 sets of triplets, put 2 garbage cans out on the curb each Thursday night. But on Monday night, no recycling bin graces the space where sidewalk and driveway meet. Still, if sustainability isn't sustaining your DNA, these people have me beat by a multiple of 4. My DNA is going nowhere fast compared to my procreative neighbors. Diaper after diaper goes into the garbage can. There is no recycling of Pampers. My favorite part of Jonathan Franzen's The Correction was the fantasy of silicone becoming a precious resource in the future. Our garbage dumps will be our gold mines. I love speculative nonfiction. Solar power seems highly sustainable. The sun won't burn out for another 2.5 billion years. But where's the comfort in that? The idea that my children's, insert exponential grandchildren here, will be freaking out when the sun expires in 2.5 billion years? Here's something that might make you wish the earth would explode right off the bat. When you Google the phrase, "the sun will die when," some websites say in 200 years instead of the more plausible 2.5 billion. Because what's the diff, really, between 200 and 2.5 billion? Because the internet is full of accurate information only about once every 200 years or so. If we imagine the 200 years as a little on the low side and take the more overwhelming evidence, the sun is 2.5 billion years old. The sun is about halfway through its lifespan. It does not have enough mass to go supernova. Instead, it will become a red giant, overheating like a Chevy Nova. Things don't look good for Earth 2.5 billion years from now. Even if Earth survives the initial explosion, all the water will be boiled off. If you don't frack it all to hell first. White space. Fracking uses a lot of water. I just went down another Google hole and emerged with, surprise, more conflicting information. Some say fracking uses less water than burning coal or watering golf courses. Others say that the level of contamination in that fracking water is so severe we'll never repair it. Someone else went on to try to convince me that somehow the use of methane while fracking creates brand new water, which led me to think I should stop reading that thread, since last I heard we are all drinking dinosaur pee, and that is that for water. On this planet, at least. Suffice it to say, when the sun turns from red giant to red dwarf, the water/dinosaur pee will be boiled off. The atmosphere will disappear, and all that precious water, potable or not, will disappear into space. Or maybe disappear into Google, where from, as you know, nothing ever really returns. I'm still there now, trying to find out about this water vapor created by burning methane. If you get thirsty, and you happen to have a farting cow and a match, so says the internet, you will be sustainability itself. The biggest threat to sustainability is this I/you conundrum. I love Italo Calvino's On a Winter's Night, a Traveler. I hear his voice in my memory from my copy of the book that is still in the back of the toilet in a house I once owned in Portland, Oregon. That copy, that house, that toilet, together they are sustainable. Quote, you walk down a cobblestone street, your head turns to the left, you see a man with a mustache, his eyes lift and fall on your white head. Some readers don't like this you business. You can't tell me what to do. I will turn my head when and in what direction I want. They tell me in Writer's Workshop. But some readers, they love the you. They love that both the author and the reader are together in this. The you point of view is unsustainable, but the you point of view can lead you down a path of goodness, potentially unsustainable goodness, but goodness nonetheless. To see a mother bear cling to her baby bear on an ice floe that is melting in the middle of the Arctic Sea will remind you that of the daughter that is coughing in her bed, and while the polar bear's apocalypse is real, and your apocalypse is in the 21st century, although full of nebulizers, inhalers, and portable oxygen, pretend, you can fall in love with that mama bear. You can approximate, metaphorize, resemble her. That polar bear loves her baby as much as you love yours, even though mine has been coughing on me and keeping me up all night with worry. The mama polar bear, does she worry like you? You will save that polar bear like you will save your daughter. You insert one more vial into the nebulizer. You will donate $15 to Greenpeace. You can sustain your conscience one more day. But the metaphor falls apart, as it does in any second-person narrative. At some point, the you is just too insistent, too preachy, too full of itself. You want your eye back. You're tired of polar bears. Come on down to the lower 48. Adjust, adapt, you tell the polar bears. Shift your perspective. You think Greenpeace should have enough cash by now to afford the bears to catch a ride on Greenpeace's big boats, give the bears a break from swimming ice floe to melting ice floe. You imagine Greenpeace throwing seals off the bow of the boat. You can swim, you have flippers, lazy seals, trawling flotation devices behind. Then you start to feel bad for the seals. You can't take this anymore. You jump off the boat, join the seals and the polar bears. This you has gone on too long. Jump. As Jacques Derrida and Jim Morrison assure us, no one here gets out alive. There's no jumping off the boat. You are the boat. I've been stuck in my own boaty head for years now, and the only way I can get anywhere near off of it or out of it is watching the ground squirrel figure out how to carry 4 acorns at once, or the raccoon to open the latch on the garbage can. If the only animals that are going to survive are rats, deer, squirrels, roaches, and raccoons, then I should learn the way of the roach. Skitter, congregate, learn how to fly. These animals have one thing in common. They've adapted toward humans, the roaches best of all. The small adapts much more quickly. A bug moves away from a falling stick, not because he himself is small, but because he pays attention to small vibrations in the earth. And that by paying attention to the small, we can make our big selves adapt. I smell lilacs. It is spring. I should prepare for drought by sucking milkweed. The monarchs, they live. I learn to love the sour taste. I'll fight the cockroach to quench my thirst. Maybe humans are too multi-tentacled to adapt. We take too many associations or too many mental leaps. Nothing is just one thing. Information is not cold numbers and hard facts like it is for the squirrel. We weigh facts. We caress facts. We warm ourselves by the dream of a technology that will save us. Solar power, solar power. We chant to the sometimes still-moving wind. We form an emotional attachment to the facts, which turn them from facts into feelings, numbers into hope. I love the number 3. I loved being 3. When I was 10, I pretended I had a 3-year-old daughter. When my daughter was 3, I loved her the most, and I love my son most at the age 3, too. So there, if you tell me that in order to stop global warming, I'm going to have to give up the number 3, that 3 is the number of carbon dioxide and forcing sad swimming polar bears, then I will tell you that the globe will then have to be hot. I love the number 3. I think we can save 3 polar bears. That is how much I love 3. It may be metaphor that kills us. Grazed by bullets. The bullets are not deer eating gently at our cheeks. The language itself is too soft to save us. Drowning in information makes us forget there is no water around. Angel hair pasta has neither angels nor hair in it. These are the salad days is only a good thing when you weren't required for your heart, for your cholesterol, to eat a salad every day. We take grazing and drowning and angels too lightly. Figurative language is the reason people need pictures of 3-year-olds with bullets in their face. But that is horrible. And the horrible won't save us. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe metaphor will save us. I would die without you. As long as I and you simultaneously means caterpillar and squirrel, frog and leopard, jellyfish and termite, ahi and ostrich, panda and koala, all the yous of the non-bear family, dust mite and dust mote, hawks and ravens. Even the ravens seem to bully the hawks. Goldfish and monarchs, Jim Morrison and Jacques Derrida. Lactose, basilicus, acidophilus, and yeast. Elephants and elephantitis, rattlesnake and bumblebee. Daughters and rock vacuumers, crawdads and otters. Solar power and holes, roaches and Google. Triplets and Pampers, raccoons and Michael Pollan, the bagger at Fry's and the RV driver, Italo Calvino and the polar bear, you and you, and you, and even maybe me.